Anne here, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I finally finished my everything book. I made a cover for it. I'll just put it up here so you can see a little bit better. And then the back, I used some of my painted paper to cover it. I just used a magazine cover. It's already had like a bit of a matte finish, and yeah, I really love how it turned out. Found this in a magazine. Little bird, put a parrot there with her, sitting there with her bag. So anyway, I think I'll do a final flip through. I actually went back and actually redid nearly all the pages, because I did start it like 2 years ago, so it's been a while. I've probably learnt a lot since then. Alright, so I'll give you a little flip through. I just left the page blank. I just used some of my painted papers. I didn't do anything more with that one. I left that one as it is. I like that way. I like the way that one is. And that's just a lot of collage. And this one here, more or less I left it the same. I just added a few little more bits of elements. So that's pretty much the same. This one here, I added a little bit more stuff to it. I think I added the bird and the flower on her head. I think I did a little more on the background, a bit of paint, a bit more paint and stuff on there. And I did a bit more on this one. I think I added a bit of doodling. And some little hangies, and some little hangies here. These ones I put, I don't know if you can see that. I put a bit of glitter in on them. I like this one, how it turned out. Lots of collage, and I think I did some gesso, and then I did some and then I used some of my acrylic paints and just smeared it around. And then the doodling over the top. I can't remember if I had done this one or not. I like this one, friendship. Kind of looks like two friends, doesn't it, those two birds? Same thing, collage and some acrylic paint, and then I put a butterfly, and I stamped a few butterflies there flying around. And this one is, I've got a few of the magazines called Womankind. They're quite nice. This was in one of her magazines. This is a poem by William Blake. The original poem says, instead of saying she, it says he, but because it's the womankind, so they've changed it to she. So it says, she who binds to herself a joy, does the winged life destroy. She who kisses the joy as it flies, lives in eternity's sunrise. And that's by William Blake. I quite like that. So and I did, was collaged, and then I've added some stamping, and then I just went around and highlighted some of the stamping. Added a bit of, I bought these new pens. I'm quite loving them at the moment. These are the Microdor Aqua Painters, and they're really cool. You can paint and then you can add water. I use my little water brush to move it around, and then once it's dry it's permanent. So yeah, they're a lot of fun. I bought some of those. I added a bit more to, this is the page where my kids had sent me some beautiful flowers for Mother's Day. They both work on mine sites, so I don't get to see them very often. They work on what they call fly in and fly out. So yes, so beautiful flowers, and I just added a cuppa, because Mud say you have a cuppa, I suppose. And then I found this little tree, and it's got like your family, son, daughter, all that sort of, grandson, all that sort of stuff, so that sort of seemed to fit in. And there's a lot of collage. I did a border around here and just added a lot of bits and pieces. Quite like how that turned out. And that was back in 2017 I got that. And this one here, Your Best Self, Super Me. I think there was a collage, and then I've gone over it with gesso and then paint, and done a little bit of stamping on there, and then I put a bit border, some of my painted papers, put some borders on there. Yeah, I love how that turned out. That turned out really good. And this one here, same thing. I've there was already papers down. I've went over some gesso, did stamping, added some borders and a birdie, and some few little I cut them out of little critters that I've cut out of some children's book. Little froggy there, and a grasshopper there, and there's a dragonfly. If you can see them, yeah, there. And there's the little froggy there. Can you see it? There's a little froggy. And there's the little grasshopper. I love this page. This was already collaged on there. There was some all different pictures, bits and pieces of things, and so I've just gone around and with some acrylic paints and gesso, and sort of just blended it all together and made it into like a big sunset. She's looking at the sunset. Yeah, no, I really love how this one turned out. Just love the colours. And then I just did a bit of, I made a roller, like a roller stamp out of a tube, toilet paper tube, and then I just used that, put some black paint on it. I had some string on there and rolled it across just to get all the different little black and white pieces on there, which surely so just ties it all together. And then I painted the black leaves on there. And this one's a bit of a, I'm not sure what it is exactly. It just sort of came together. I saw this in a magazine, so I cut it out, and then he seemed to fit like he was coming out of it. And then it was like these, he's looking, and then these eyeballs, kind of like eyeballs looking back. My husband says weird, it's a bit of my weird stuff coming out here, which does from time to time. I don't mind that. It sort of turned out a bit interesting. And I've just, there was a lot of collaged papers. I did stamping and added some, oh, this is that paint, those micro aqua painters. And I just spread it around with the, what do you call it? One of those water brushes. This is another collage. A hand with a little birdie, little chicken. I think it's a little chicken bird. And I've remembered the little saying, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So I put that kind of fitted in there. And I just sort of used some of those I can't talk today. These Microdors aqua painters. I just used them and spread it around with some water. And this is the one I already showed you. I love this one. Colours turned out gorgeous. Oops, just let me. Hope I was in the in the view. And this one here, I just added a bit of some more collage, added a bit of paint and gesso, collaged some flowers, a little butterfly. Quite like that one too. It turned out quite nice. And the last one was really cute. Little doggy, and I put some fairy wings on him. And then there's a flower like a sun. And it's just I just put collaged some papers down and gesso and you guessed it, some of these aqua pens. And yeah, I love the colours. Love how that turned out. Right, that's finished finally. Got one finished, and I just I got quite a few more that I got going there, and I think I'll slowly. Because it took a lot of time to. Been working a lot in this book since I showed you the first one, which was about a week ago or so. So anyway. Hope you enjoyed a little flip through of it, and I'm happy to have a completed book. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for stopping by and watching. If you'd like to subscribe, that would be wonderful, and I'll see you next time. And if you can give me a thumbs up, that would be wonderful too. Have a great day. Bye bye.